there's another sunrise. Brisk again this morning. I am ready for this cold crap to be over with. And we haven't even really started yet. I just don't want it. It's not welcome. We got what, 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks for the winter solstice, and then the days start getting longer again. This whole sun coming up late and sun going down early it makes your days feel really long. You're ready to go to bed about 7 o'clock because it's already been dark for 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. And it just makes it feel like it's late at night. Anybody else has that deal, but I sure do. It seems like my whole family has that because the last few weeks it seems like everyone's ready for bed by 8 o'clock, and it's like, oh, I got so much to do yet. On today's agenda, we're hauling, you guessed it, more beans, but I have to get over to Sergeant Bluff sometime this week. Earlier, I'm hoping to do it today, but Courtney gets off at 3:30. It's like a 45-minute drive over to Sergeant Bluff, so I'm thinking about getting a load to go over there, and I'll just park the truck at Pilot or something, have her come pick me up, and then we'll run over to the Iowa Better Trucking Bureau. We're having all of our trucking stuff switched over to them, so they're going to start doing all of our IFTA permits and whatever else we have to have done for government, FMCSA, and whatever. So they're going to make sure we're compliant with everything. Got to get signed up for a consortium for drug testing. So they're going to get all that taken care of for us, I believe. So I get all the paperwork sent over to that lady the other day, and man, this road is bouncy this morning. I guess the temperature changing. It's like real bouncy. But anyway, got all the stuff sent over to her, and she sent me an email last night saying that she's got everything she needs from us, and they don't do signing signatures over DocuSign or anything like that. You have to come in and have an in-person sit-down, I guess more or less, so they can meet you. So we've officially got rid of, or fired, or whatever you want to call it, the lady that we were using, since she told me she had a bunch of stuff done that was never touched, and now she doesn't want to return phone calls or anything. So, and I've heard that from a few other people that were using her, that they pretty much just got ghosted by her too. So we are going to switch over to the Iowa Better Trucking Bureau over in Sioux City. And we're also going to try and figure out why the ABS light on this trailer just came on this morning. I don't know, I'll probably just in the plug-in possibly, maybe, I hope. This trailer's only a year old, so I hope it's not having those sensor problems already, but as much gravel as we go with these trailers, it's quite possible. Anyway, we're almost to Marcus. I have to drop off yesterday's paperwork at the office. I'll probably grab another 50 gallons of fuel or something. Got just over a quarter tank, but I always run around to half a tank when we're doing this stuff. You don't want to have too much fuel on, because the more fuel you have on, the less beans you can haul. Not that I ever run super close to my limit anyway, but anywho, we'll drop this off, get a splash of fuel, get over to Remsen, grab a load of beans. I'm guessing we're heading to Sheldon first thing this morning, but like I said, we'll probably take my last load over to Sergeant Bluff, just so I can get over to the Iowa Better Trucking. We got the fast pit today. We didn't get nominated to go over to pit 6. Looks like Ed got nominated for that one. I don't know if you can kind of see that in my mirror at all, but it is way brighter out in this camera than it is actually outside. I never did get the ABS figured out on this trailer. My light's on the side of the trailer and on my dash, so I'm not sure what that's about. I unplugged the trailer plug in, plugged that back in, figured that wouldn't work, but I don't know if I got some frost on the sensors or dust in the sensors or what, but probably gonna have to get that figured out today. The wind's definitely picking up today the longer the day goes on, but the good thing about the wind picking up, it's out of the south. So that means the temps are starting to rise pretty good. They've gone up a little over 10 degrees. So for me, that's nice. Because I'm sitting inside of a heated cab all day. But hopefully, it's supposed to get above freezing tomorrow, so most of the snow should be gone by tomorrow. I think they're talking like 20 to 30 mile an hour winds tomorrow too, so that'll get rid of most of the snow. And then they changed the whole forecast for this week. They're talking upper 40s by Saturday and Sunday, which was not in the forecast at all before. So that was kind of a nice little surprise this morning when I seen that. So when we go get the campers this weekend, it should be a little nicer out. To load in the stupid cold. I still wouldn't want to be him though, all bundled up. So that wind is awful bitey. I had to crawl around on the ground after our first load in Remsen, or when I dropped off in Sheldon, I guess. Chuck was right in front of me, and he blew a brake can as he was leaving the pit. So I had to grab some tools and go back his brakes off, so that way you can at least get over to Orange City to get this brake can fixed. And while I was under there, I realized he had an airbag that was about ready to blow too, so he should be in Orange City getting both those fixed. But that wasn't fun crawling around on the ground in this wind. Watch out for the spout. That wasn't fun crawling around on the ground in that wind while we were getting those brakes backed off. The way the wind wraps around them bins, it didn't really make a difference what side of the bin you were on. You're on the wrong side of the bin. Now we gotta pull on our scale right here, get our weights, and we'll head over for round number 3 in Sheldon. Try to hold the camera and drive at the same time, you know. Now we gotta pull on our scale right here, get our weight. can't get this back one going too terribly fast, otherwise it'll fill up and then it comes out the back really quick. That front one is about 25% open, and that one should be just fine. Those lower pods, they're almost empty. We can get 5 loads in today. This is number 3 that we're dumping right now. It's right at noon. Actually, we probably won't. We're probably going to get one more load and then get preloaded. It wasn't you started to bluff, but not no more. Try to leave that open. Almost forgot I had a camera up there. But we're gonna go to Sergeant Bluff and get everything taken care of over at the Iowa Better Trucking Bureau. But she said she can't meet today. She'll meet tomorrow or the day after. So we're not gonna go to Sergeant Bluff today. Right here is where Chuck blew his airbag, so I was underneath the truck this morning right here getting his backing his brakes off, so at least he could get to the shop to get new brake cam put on. Now it's the race against the clock. That's my arrival time for Sheldon. It's 3:37 right now. They close at 4. The sun is horrible. Anyway, yeah, they close at 4. Arrival time is 3:37 as of right now, and we have one truck in front of us getting loaded with corn. So I have to wait for him to get loaded, and then I can get loaded. So looks like we're gonna preload for tomorrow, unless we get a scooting real quick like, but cut, and it was 15 minutes. It's tighter than I usually like it because anything can happen on the road. Get slowed down a little bit, catch up to a tractor or whatever, or sometimes if there's no line, they will shut the doors a few minutes early. So I always like to have about a 15-minute extra gap, and it don't look like we're going to get it. So I think today's going to be a 4-load day. We'll be preloaded for tomorrow, and now I have an appointment between 1:30 and 3:30 tomorrow at the Iowa Better Trucking, so I'll probably just do a couple loads of Sheldon tomorrow morning, and then take one over to Sergeant Bluff, and Courtney can meet me over there. So there's nowhere to park there. My problem is there's nowhere to park anywhere remotely close there, so I think I'm going to have to drop the truck and trailer off a Pilot or something like that, and then have Courtney come up and meet me and take the afternoon off or something. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be kind of a screwy day too. Well, let's hope this guy gets loaded here pretty quick. Looks like he's about done. He's got corn, so I don't know where he's heading. Probably Little Sioux, the ethanol plant, over by, well, it's in Marcus, but just on the outside edge of town. Might be kind of dumb, but we got 11 minutes, so we're gonna try. Maybe worst case scenario, I gotta drive 20 miles back and then drive 20 miles back in the morning. So technically it's kind of a 40-mile gamble, but I think we'll be alright. I hope. Like I said, I usually don't go if I'm within 15 minutes, just because it never fails. You got 15 minutes to spare before they close the door. catch up to the, like I said, tractor or something that's going to hold you up. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, ain't the end of the world. We'll give it a shot. A fifth load today is what actually kind of makes your day, is when if you get that fifth load in. And then that'll kind of open up for possibly 3 loads tomorrow morning before I take my 4th load over to Sergeant Bluff. So if that works out, then losing the load with that meeting really doesn't affect nothing. But let's cross our fingers and hope we make it there. We've got 15 minutes to go, 13 miles. We've lost 1 minute. Our arrival time is 3:50. So as long as we don't run into someone doing 20 mile an hour, we should be all right. So this actually will turn into a pretty decent day, and the weather. Granted, we got a 30 mile an hour south wind. It was out of the north this morning, just a little slight breeze, and it was cold. I think our straight temp was 14, but that, I don't know, that little breeze just really chilled it off. And then probably around 10 o'clock or so, the wind switched out of the south, and it just keeps picking up more and more. But I think in the last half hour it's actually kind of died. But it did get pretty breezy there for a while out of the south, which really raised the temps. So right now we're sitting at 35, which I don't think it was even supposed to get that warm today. The little bit of dusting of snow we had's pretty well gone. The only thing that's left is just what's kind of protected by the wind and in the shadows. They are talking a little bit more snow before the end of the year, so we might actually have a white Christmas this year if that kind of does what they're saying. I mean, they can't tell what it's going to do tomorrow, so who knows. It's kind of watching some, what do they call it, long distance or long range future cast or whatever they call it. They're showing 2 systems coming through by the end of the year, so we'll see if that actually happens or not. Made it. Let's get our app in and get probed and get out of here. there's this kid. I should have turned the camera. But you're on a fixed mount, so I can't spin you around real quick. There's a kid in a parking lot that still has snow on it on a moped. He's blowing donuts. But anyway, yeah, I think we're just gonna go home. We're gonna go home and have supper. I haven't ate lunch or breakfast or nothing today. All I've had is a glass of water.